Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to do another reel review. I don't usually do a video for vlogging with my fishing activity or my fishing adventure because I'm lazy. That's one of the things. But if you guys like me to do that with the gear that I review and unboxing, please throw a thumbs up, and that will tell me that you guys want me to do it. The reel today we're looking at, it's the new Vanquish. This reel, the 2023 Vanquish from Shimano. And this reel, it's one of the the release of this year that Shimano say that they make it more improved version of it. So this is the Vanquish. The Vanquish is like basically like second to the Stella when you talk about finesse. Because if you can't count the Accent. Accent is actually second to the Stella, but Accent only have size 3000. They don't have anything smaller than 3000. So in terms of finesse, this one is the second to Shimano Stella. So the one I opt to go with this time is the 1000 size, which is the 1000SSSPG. That's a mouthful for model number. And I do have a size 2500 reel, but I think I don't have any high-end 1000 yet. So that's why I pick it up. And plus, why not? It's brand new, right? Okay, so let's dig into it, and we'll talk more about spec and feature about what's new about this version. Oh, by the way, the box is, if you guys actually ever get it, the box is kind of like this dark charcoal gray-ish with this foil text. Okay, Vanquish. As usual, there's schematic and there's manual. Let's put this to the side. I don't read Japanese, so yep. Let's put that to the side. And this is strange. This time they don't include the bag for the reel. How like they include for the new 2018 model. So let's put this reel on the side. What's this? Paper bag. Oh, back to the handle. That's weird. They use this bag now. The shim for you to adjust your line level. If you need more shim or less shim, so your line will lay nice to your spool, so it doesn't bunch to the top or bunch to the bottom. So this is a shim, and we just little tool here with a little peg here. You can see it. Cool. Let's look into the feature of the reel. Let's put all the schematic back. And let's focus on the reel. And let's take out the handle. I don't know if they changed the material of the handle, but that's what I heard. I could be wrong. Yeah, they went up to with the okay, let's put this away and we'll talk about the handle. Okay. So the handle, it's different design this time. And the knob, they went to the slimmer shape. They still use the same septum material, the very grippy septum material, very comfortable as usual for Shimano. But I'm gonna change it because I prefer cork. I'm a crazy cork guy. Okay, here's the reel. pretty nice reel. Screw in the handle. This. Okay. Wow, that feels so smooth. They said that the startup inertia is like 20 or 10% quicker than the previous generation. And what they did is they did a lot of stuff. So let's go with the spec first, and then we'll talk about the feature. Because you guys might want to listen to the spec and know how many lines you got to put there, or what's the weight on it. So the model I opt to go is the 1000, and it's roughly 4.6 gear ratio. It's 3 kilogram of drag power, which equal to 7 pounds of drag. It's about 140 gram, which that's the physical weight of the reel, and it's roughly around 4.9 ounce if we gotta use ounce. For braid, if you use 1.3 gold, or that's like roughly like 1.3, that's like almost like 5 pounds of test power drag, pound braid line. You get roughly about 120 meters, which equals about roughly like 130 yards or 125 yards. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember. For nylon, 2 pounds, you get 100 meters, which about like 110 yards. 3 pound of mono, you get 60 meters, which roughly around like 70 yards. And for floral, 2 pound, you only get 80 meters, and it's roughly around 85 to 90 yards. And for 3 pound floral, you get 55 meters, which around roughly 65 yards. So as you can see, it's very shallow. You guys can see here, it's very shallow. So obviously, yes, it's made for ultralight. Oops, god damn it. Okay, so this reel is roughly 20 inch per turn, or 58 centimeter per turn, and it's 11 plus 1 ball bearing. So this one, I think it has 2 more ball bearing from what I remember, because the previous gen is like only 9 plus 1. I could be wrong. I have to double check on that. But correct me if I'm wrong. If whoever actually get it. So the reel is actually a very nice reel, and it's very smooth. There's, if you got like shallow spool, this one's very shallow. Yep, and let's check the drag. The drag is very crisp. Yeah, that's very crisp. From the previous gen, this one's actually very crisp and very loud too. Can you guys hear that? Let's check the drag cap or the spool cap. Well, that's very crisp too. It's very fine, crisp. Okay. So as you can see, the SS stands for super shallow spool, and PG is a power gear. I think that's what it says, or I remember it's called. I could be wrong. I'll double check that. The cap here is a little different design. It's from the previous model. It's kind of like symmetric. This one is a little different, like on like a S shape here. Design here. The bail is always crisp as a Shimano reel, but you cannot trick these reel. Like you cannot, like when you do this, you cannot turn it to automatic trick the bail to go back. You have to manually do it. I think they took that out because they want you to manually close the bail. What's different here? Before there's not the spool. The rotor is MGO, so most of high-end reel from Shimano, the rotor is always MGO. Anything almost like 200 up, it's basically MGO. Okay, so the feature, they still feature the Hagane body and Hagane gear, micro module gear 2, which most of the lineup, the high end, came with the with those micro module gear 2. X ship, as usual. It came with the infinity loop. Infinity loop is what Shimano call, but basically it's just like a very slow oscillation. If I reel, as you can see, the spool takes so long just to go up and down. That's infinity loop. That's slow oscillation. They have the they have infinity cross. I'm not sure what that is. I have to double check what's that. But that's the new features came in. Silent drive is as usual. Infinity drive. They have silent. They have anti-fan. Oh yeah, I think that little tool or that little pin is this little thing here. You can see right here. I think it's just to replace that when you're when this thing kind of go bad or you lose it or you need a replacement, and that's what it's called, the anti-twist fan, which they say it helps to reduce line twist. X protect for protection for any water to not go into it. It's not waterproof, it's just water resistant. G-free body as usual. ARC spool as usual. Long stroke spool. Mostly every reel that 100 or 200 up from Shimano lineup mostly come with long stroke spool now. CI4 body, CI4 material. They have something new right here called the Duracross, which it's a new type of drag washer, but I think this model won't have it. I think they only have it to their 2500 up. This only comes with felt washer. The washer is the drag that they put inside here to help the smooth drag peeling. So I don't think this model will have it. It's saltwater friendly. Rigid support drag. They always use their stainless steel AR ball bearing, stainless steel anti-rust ball bearing, and one-piece bell as usual. And that's what they have for this version of the new Vanquish. So mostly they trickle all that technology from Stella and they put into the Vanquish, but they don't give that durable, heavy feeling and smooth from the Stella here, because they're not gonna make a reel cheaper than Stella and put better stuff than Stella. So this is below the Stella. So yep. Okay, so the reel, it's a very nice small reel for your application if you like to do trout fishing, stream. It's good for any rod from 4 foot to 5 foot, or I think the maximum is 6 foot. 6 foot would be too long for this reel, in my opinion. But if you like it, use it whatever rod you want to pair up. Yeah, so this reel, it's made in Japan, as you can see. Yep. And it's a very nice little light reel. From what I heard, from what I read or heard, people has been complaining about the weight that is making it's cheap. And I don't know if I mentioned it, that you cannot get a light reel and it feels cheap. Neither you have to have a heavy reel that feels durable, or you have to have a light reel that feels cheap. Like the Aldebaran is very light. It feels like it's gonna break if you throw it on the ground, but it's very light, right? So yeah, this about the weight of the Aldebaran, if I were to say that. But I think the bigger model, the 2000 might be a little heavier than this. And one thing they changed this year with the 1000 size spool, that what I read from, is that they specially designed a rotor for this size. So they don't opt to go with the 2000 size rotor like they usually use, just to swap in the spool, and the body frame, everything is the same thing as the 2000, just the spool just smaller. This time they actually designed a small rotor just for the 1000. So that's what I heard. But all in all, it's a very nice reel. The price of it is, it's not cheap. It's roughly around like 400 plus. So if you like a reel in this caliber for ultralight fishing, and you wanted to get it just for the experience for ultralight fishing, this is the reel. I mean, I have the 2500, the previous model, the 2019 model, and I loved it. So since this year came out with a new one, I was thinking I'd rather just try it out or just get it because I love the previous model. If you want to see how big the spool and the rotor for the 2500, here's the comparison. So this is the, not 2500, sorry, the 2000 model. So if you, as you look, the obvious, the 20,000, the 2000 size is going to be a much bigger spool. As you can see, the spool is a little bigger in the 2000 size versus the 1000, and the body, I think, is about the same size, not the same design, but the same size. Oh yeah, and most of all Shimano reel now, they take out the entire reverse background gimmick. They took it out because they say you don't necessarily need it, and I think it's a weak point for the reel, in my opinion. I mean, I used to like it, but at this point, I'm used to without it. But yeah, so that's the comparison between size 2000 and size 1000. If you guys curious to get size 1000, it's the same size. This is just a Vanquish, but the size is gonna be the same. If you guys thinking I'm more lying. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what are your thoughts. If you got like this reel, comment down below. And have you guys picked it up? If you guys did, what do you guys think about it? And thank you for watching.